Good afternoon, guys. My name's Sandy. This is Sawing with Sandy. I'm here in central Ontario, Canada, where very fittingly we have some snow on the ground. Now we're into winter and I would typically expect more snow, but this is one of those winters where we've had that sort of roller coaster effect, where we've had warm, cold, rain, snow, and everything in between. We're now in that cold section. A few days prior we had no snow, and during that time we actually had lots of rain. As a result, look at down there where I moved the IBC cage. Under this fine layer of snow, we've got a whole bunch of ice. Hence why you won't see me moving around all that much today, because I don't want to wipe out. I got to get those cleats on the bottom of my boots, go dig them out. Now this is what allowed me to get out here today. I can tell you one thing, without these on my tractor, I'd be sliding like right downhill in a hurry. And trust me, I've been there. Sometimes I put the chains on too late and the snow catches me off guard. Anyways, what we're doing today, as you saw me do a moment ago, we got out the wood splitter here. So this is the eastonmade Ultra. This is definitely one of the fastest hydraulic wood splitters on the market, and you guys will see that in just a minute if you've never seen one of these before. This has a 4-second cycle time, which is like crazy fast for a hydraulic wood splitter. So this thing is going to be fired up. Just on the back, just so you know what we're dealing with, it's got a 14 horse Vanguard engine, recoil start. Down below you guys can see the hydraulic tank and nice big table there. I'm going to be using this wedge here today. This is just the single wedge, nice and high off the table. I'm using that instead of the 4-way wedge, which you guys can see here, just because some of the rounds here have a lot of knots in them. And what I find is I can manipulate the the rounds, a little bit easier with the single wedge. Now this 4-way wedge is great because it obviously makes the wood twice as fast. But when there's lots of knots, I'm using that thing. That's what we're up against today. I just have this 4-way wedge sort of tucked under the way there because with the ice out here, if I ever wipe out, you guys could imagine getting that wedge in the behind. Not too fun. We're going to be loading the wood into these guys here. This is how I manage all my firewood without having to handle it too much. This is an IBC cage. Some of you guys have asked me in the past where I get these from. I don't have any fancy setup where I've got people dropping them off for me. I just search the internet. I search for marketplace and classifieds and local ads, and I try to find them. And every once in a while I get lucky. Recently they've been quite expensive. I think when I bought them last, somewhere around $20 or $25 Canadian. I think I had to add on delivery there, but regardless, now it's up around like 45 bucks Canadian. So I'm not going to be buying any more for a while. I think I've got like 50 of them floating around here. Don't exactly know where they all are, but I'm putting them in here right off the splitter. That way I come by with the forks in the tractor, pick up the IBC cage with wood, and then I can store it wherever I need it to. I also, when I want to take it up to my woodshed, I can just put the forks in it, drive it right up there. So hopefully I'm only handling the wood once, basically picking it up from there, splitting it, and then throwing it right in here. In a perfect world, as many of you guys have told me in past videos, I'd have a conveyor. A conveyor off the end of this thing basically would allow me to just keep pushing the wood. The wood would fall right off the table as the next round is split. It would go off the conveyor, probably get to about here, and fall right into the IBC cage. Now I know eastonmade sells them. That might be something for the future, but for now I'm just hand throwing them right into here. So anyways, I better get down to work. It's not exactly warm out here and I got some work ahead of me. Guys, welcome back. Here we go. All right guys, nice cold start here today. Let me just make sure there's oil in it. There is oil in it. I always double check, you never know what can happen. Although I would never expect it to leak. Better be safe than sorry. So this thing's been outside since I've owned it, and so it just lives in that shed there. And let's see here, we'll get that fired up, we'll see what she can do. All right, guys, well, I think I'm gonna pack her in for today. I've got other logs to come out here, but I'm gonna save them. I'll be bringing them out here before long. We'll cut them into rounds. They'll meet their match right here on the Easton Made Ultra. But for now, I'm heading inside. You guys know what I'm going for. I'm going for the old sludgeroo. Put my feet up and relax. If you're wondering why on earth I'm out here in the middle of winter splitting wood when I could be inside by the fire, this is why. Splitting wood is one of those things where it takes all your problems and it basically just gets rid of them for the time you're out here. It's a very relaxing thing to do, very focused thing to do. Obviously, you're dealing with some equipment that could hurt you, so you're very focused, and that allows you to forget all those problems you have. The other reason I like to be out here in the winter is I don't have bugs biting me. I'm not sweating, and I don't have the sun burning my skin. If I was out here in the summer, maybe the spring, sometimes the fall, I might have one of those three things taking its toll on me. If you guys look at this wood here, maybe you're wondering why it was splitting so nicely. You can probably thank the Easton Made Ultra behind me, but you can also thank the fact that this wood is frozen. If you take a frozen piece and try to split it, and then take a not frozen piece and try to split it, you'll know the difference, especially if you're using an axe. Guys, that's it for me here today. As I said, I'm heading inside. I'm glad you joined me. Make sure you come back next time. If you want to see the playlist dealing with my wood splitter here, I'll make sure to put it at the end of the video. Guys, take care, be well, get out and split some wood. I'll see you next time.